Saving your players' scores and game data is as simple as making sure they identify themselves before they start playing. Players don't need to create an Educaplay account to identify themselves, and it's actually not recommended. Instead, it's best for them to create a temporary nickname or to use an invitation made by you. You can also integrate the game into your learning management system. Let's go! If you want to save your players' scores, they'll need to identify themselves first. One way to do this is by having an Educaplay account. When you are the creator and you play your own games, or those from other users, your name appears above the Start button, and your scores are saved automatically. If you'd like to see your game as your players will, you can open the link after logging out or from an incognito tab in your browser. As you can see, players don't actually have to identify themselves before playing. They can simply click Start and play. However, in this case, game data won't be saved since Educaplay has no name to associate it with. If players aren't identified in any way, a message saying "Click here to identify yourself" will appear above the Start button. When clicked, they'll be presented with several identification options. With an advanced, academic or commercial plan, you can enable the Ask for Identification option in a game, preventing anyone from playing without first checking in. When activated, players will be required to go through the identification screen before starting the game. Whether players press "Click here to identify yourself" or you've enabled Ask for Identification, they'll see a screen like this one. As we mentioned, one way to identify yourself is by using an Educaplay account. However, we don't recommend this method for players since there are simpler systems that don't require an email address. The easiest and fastest way to check in is with a temporary nickname. Players just need to type a name in temporary nickname and press the Enter button or key. From then on, and until they close the browser, data from all games they play will be saved under that nickname. You can give players clear instructions to make it easier to find specific users later, like type your name, first initial, no period, and grade and section. If they make a mistake entering their name, they just need to close the browser, reopen it, and repeat the process. As the name suggests, this user identification is temporary. Even if players use the same name on different days, or if they close and reopen the browser, the games will save as if they were played by different users with the same name. These two games were played in the same session, while this one was played in a different session. If you want to avoid this, you can use invitations, which are ideal for identifying recurring players. To create an invitation, go to My Guests, click Add Guest, type the name you'll use to identify that person, and send them the automatically generated 9-letter code separated by hyphens. Copy the code with this button and share it with them however you prefer. Players will go to the identification screen by clicking "Click here to identify yourself." If Ask for Identification is checked, this screen will appear automatically. Once there, they click on Invitation Access, then type, or better yet, copy and paste the code you shared, and press the Enter button or key. If done correctly, the name you wrote in the invitation will appear above the Start button. All games played with this code will be saved under the same user in the report section, even if played on different days or in different sessions. If you change the name on the invitation, this change will be automatically reflected in the reports, including 4 games completed before their name was updated. In addition to playing, guests can do other things in Educaplay, like creating games supervised by you, ensuring data protection laws for minors are met. We explain these features in a specific tutorial on the My Guest section. With an academic or a commercial plan, you can create unlimited invitations. With the basic and advanced plans, you can create up to 5. Finally, integrations are the most convenient way for both you and your players to save scores. You just need to have your class on a platform like Google Classroom or Canvas that supports Educaplay integrations. When set up correctly, the game will automatically identify the player by the name they use on that platform, and when they finish playing, their score will be saved directly to the platform's gradebook. Educaplay has native integrations with Google Classroom and Microsoft Teams classes. It's also compatible with LTI and SCORM standards, allowing it to integrate with Moodle, Canvas, and most common learning management systems. Our Help Center has tutorials showing how each type of integration works. With an academic or commercial plan, you can integrate your games on other platforms as many times as you like. With the basic and advanced plans, you get 5 free uses to test how the integration works.